starting with reporting from the front line of the Culture War News. Perpetual outrage machine The Daily Wire has released a bombshell new report on a study in which researchers have shown that no biological evidence for gender identity exists. So checkmate, woke brigade. Stick that in your hurt feelings and smoke it. Time to pack it in and stop trying to make trans people feel all welcome, like they're members of society. Ooh. We tried, but too many people got confused. Sure, a lot of them did it on purpose, but the people have spoken. Sorry, trans people, pack it up and go back into masking your assigned gender at birth. Nothing we can do. I just wish that someone had told us that gender, and by extension gender identity, couldn't be measured, that no objective measurement for imaging of the human body exists for gender identity, as gender identity is part of a person's subjective experience, and so it wouldn't be able to be measured anyway. Oh, if only there was someone of note and expertise like behavioural neuroscientist Sari Van Anders, who argued that the relationship between sex, gender and biology has long been understood to be more than a simple male or female binary, that gender is a socio-cultural, which is a coastal elitist word for relating to or involving a combination of social and cultural factors. So basically it only exists because we say it exists, you know, like race and money. And if we were getting rid of ideas because we made them up, then I am all for removing money from the equation, but I don't hear anybody talking about how there's a paper that proving that money doesn't really exist. For those in the intellectual nosebleed section, let me break it down for you. Gender identity simply refers to things like clothing, behaviour, and whether someone acts according to a feminine or masculine norm. Of course, you can't identify that in the brain. There is no gene for fashion. But sadly, there is no proof that Sari Van Anders even exists, as I subscribe to a solipsistic existence, and as far as I know, I not only invented Sari Van Anders, but created you, the doubter of Van Anders, to give her life's work meaning. So she can't exist in order to confirm that what exactly shapes a person's gender is still unknown to science. What a terrible, horrible shame. If only numerous instruments for assessing gender identity as a clinical measure existed, such as questionnaire-based, interview-based, and task-based assessments. But if I know doctors, and I'm pretty sure I do, they just take every patient at their word and will give them whatever they ask for, no questions asked. Doctors have never once questioned a patient's claims about not only their physical health, but their mental health. They just recklessly fill people with pills and cut off whole sections of their body without even a second question. You come in and you say, "Oh, doc, I'm so tired of my toes. They make me feel out of place in my body. Can we just cut them off?" And they will, right then and there, that afternoon. But it's really more of a problem with doctors than it is with anything else. Oh wait, hang on. This just coming in. Breaking news, guys, breaking news. No, dummies, gender doesn't exist. We've literally been telling you this for years. And as there is no such thing as gender outside of a shared cultural idea, there can be no measure for gender identity, which is simply one's own internal sense of self and their gender. Whether that is a man, a woman, neither, both, or sort of somewhere in between on that spectrum. Yet, now that it seems like you can use it to win your culture war battle, you are on board with the idea that it isn't measurable in any way. That it is more of a shared idea between some hairless apes. Well, this is going to blow your tiny minds as well. There's no biological evidence for race. This must be why so many of us continue to insist that Jesus was white, despite living in the Middle East. Yet, you still insist on using race as a measure of oppressing people who look different to you. And, this is going to get you again, there is biological evidence of sex. It sits between your legs, your private bits, your innie and outie bits, your sewerage and pleasure factory, your sex organs. Team your sex organs. And yet, sexism runs rampant! So it really strikes me that you don't need something to exist or not to use it as the basis for attempting to keep somebody down.